Welcome back to the Rules of Engagement. About to jump into question and answer period, but first let me give you guys a little bit tour of our pro shop. So you go to www.mlgproshop.com and you can see there's a lot of cool stuff here. You can buy backpacks, t-shirts, glasses, what have you. You can even click on gift packs, and there's some pretty cool gift packs. Gift packs are all things where you get multiple products for one fixed price. So you actually, all these things are multiple products. So if you, for example, you click on the Korean tea pack, there's going to be 2 different t-shirts involved in that. You know, there'll be a white one and a blue one or what have you. So there's some pretty cool gift packs there, some pretty cool stuff. Encourage you guys to check it out if you have a little extra spending money or you want to buy someone a gift and you know they're a gamer or something cool like that. Anyways, now let's get into the question and answer period. So first question is going to be from Anthony, and it's 2 questions. Does Time Warp affect burrowed units? So I'm not actually positive because I haven't tested myself. There's only 2 units in the game that can move out burrowed, that being the Roach and the Infestor. So it's a moot point anything else because it shows movement speed, and obviously most burrowed units don't move. I would imagine it does, but I'm not positive, so check that out yourself. That could be a great way to counter like a burrowed Roach technique, using that to get past your force fields. I mean, there's not too many cases where it used that, so somebody to test out, I don't really know. But also, in PvP, is Stargate the better opening because you get Sky Toss Army faster? It has advantages. Like, if you just noticed that those PvPs I analyzed before, the DT Rush is pretty good against Stargate opening. DT Rush is very versatile opening in Heart of the Swarm. Stargate opening is still very good, though. I'm a big fan of Stargate. I love Phoenix play. But the one thing I think a lot of people forget is a lot of people are on this bandwagon that Sky Toss is the ultimate PvP army. And I don't think that's entirely true. If you go too heavy in Sky Toss, you're very, very vulnerable to High Templar. So I think it's good to mix in some Void Rays, but and eventually get to pure Void Rays. But if you try to go too fast for Stargate units too early, your opponent can not only construct timings to deny your 3rd while they're ahead in production and can reinforce during the battle faster, but also they can do things like get ahead in upgrades, get an extra base on you, which gets more gas income. Then you get a whole bunch of Archons and Templar, which are good against Stargate units. So it's not super simple that opening Stargate ends up the best Sky Toss army, because the best Sky Toss army is going to end up being whoever has the most economy in the mid-game, and that's a little more of a complex question. I do love opening Stargate, though, especially now the Oracle can detect. I think you can actually skip the Robo for a little while, use the Oracle to defeat Dark Templar, and the Phoenix with 5 range are just amazing at harass. So I love the Sky Toss opening. I'd recommend it. I wouldn't say it's the best opening, though. I think fast expansions, DT rushes, and even there's some... Those are mostly the openings. Robo openings are not quite as good anymore, but DT rushes are still very good. Blink Stalker builds are actually okay, too, but DT rushes is, I think, a little better. Question from Nerchio, maybe a little tongue-in-cheek, as he did just lose to Baby Knight. And I think he got frustrated there from some of the builds Baby Knight was doing. But how can you beat Protoss and Heart of Swarm? Minigun says, easy you play Terran. I actually kind of agree with that. I've been playing mostly Terran in the beta, and you just kind of make Hellbats. Hellbats plus anything to stop the Protoss from kiting them, like Siege Tanks or Marauders, and you just can't lose. Because if they can't kite the Hellbats, they have to fight the Hellbats. They have to fight the Hellbats, you're going to lose, because if you fight Hellbats, you lose. Then Chamman, of course, says crazy all-ins. And that's actually what Nerchio tried. He tried, the Baning Bust. It didn't work out so well. The Mothership Core is so good at beating crazy all-ins. Nidus play with Burrow. It's probably really good. But, I mean, a good Protoss will scout that Nidus coming. There's some okay one-base or fast Burrow Roach Rushes, but they're not going to work that well either. One thing I think is good, if you go Mutas play, they don't go Stargate. You just keep massing Mutas. I think you're generally going to win. But as Protoss figured out to go Stargate, Phoenix are so strong now, Mutas might not be super reliable. The other thing I think is really strong is getting like a bajillion Swarm Hosts. Start in 2 base and then work your way up. A bajillion Swarm Hosts and just keep them like 3 screens away from your opponent. Just keep throwing the Locusts at them. And if they move out, you just, in between Locust volleys, you just unburrow the Swarm Hosts, pull them back, burrow them again. And you just always keep them like really far away from the Protoss army. And just like, even if each Locust volley kills 1 Protoss unit, like if it's free units, right? So the times I played Protoss and the times I played Zerg in a beta, I find that to be the easiest and best strategy. I don't know how it plays versus air. You probably have to mass queens, because then you can spend minerals on queens or gas on Swarm Hosts. Maybe make spore crawlers to support you across the map. It's tough though. Protoss, I think, is probably right now it's the easiest race to play in Heart of Swarm because you can basically play Wings of Liberty, but add in a Mothership Core, and all your builds are the same. Whereas all the strong Terran and Zerg stuff, you have to come up with completely new builds, completely new counters. So it's much harder to transition for the other races. Anyways, that wraps up this episode of Rules of Engagement. Hope you guys tune in tomorrow at 5 p.m. Eastern for another winner championship tournament in Dallas qualifier of the European players. And then also right after that, we'll do Rules of Engagement, Analyzing an Inertio versus Baby Night match. See you guys tomorrow.